Hi there, and welcome to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. Now this is a monthly update. It's a bit late for October, I know, but it's basically going to cover the last few weeks and what's coming up over the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks during the month of November, I suppose, really, and the remaining part of October. Now, as you've probably seen on the channel, me, Ben, Emma and Danny headed off down and did the Desert Storm sort of enduro kind of adventure trail ride thingy around Mount Rapu foothills, and the Saturday, as you saw on some of the videos if you watched it, was horrifically bad. The amount of mud and combined with the weather and the number of riders and obviously the quad bikes on the trail was complete chaos at every single corner. You know, I thought I was a bad rider, but you go every single corner, you go around a corner and there's somebody else laid in the grass, completely naked, bike thrown down on the ground, just completely exhausted, gasping for breath. And this was a regular occurrence all the way around the route, all day long. And of course, yes, it was my turn to do that too. You know, there was very few riders that were able to continue to ride for the entire route all the way around. And that trip away has caused quite a bit of carnage on the bikes. We've got, you know, brake overhauls to do, we've got chains to clean, bearings to clean out, you know, re-grease, suspension linkages to do. There's quite a lot of work goes into making sure the new bike is up to spec after you've finished an event such as that. It's not just the riding that takes the toll. You know, there's a lot more work involved. Now, at the moment, I'm teaching electrics, as you know, and I've done 1 or 2 videos covering various electrical items and how to test them, starter motors, alternators, both on car and off-vehicle, complete strip downs and individual component testing as well. I did do a video a few weeks ago covering ohms and Watt's law, and I'll be doing some videos, hopefully maybe tomorrow, covering law circuitry calculations and exploring the relationship between those 2 laws. You know, the relationship between volts, amps, ohms, and of course watts. So we'll see how that pans out. But I've only got 1 more week to go on the electrics course, and then we start the fuel injection course. And that's when things start to get really interesting. And again, there are already some videos covering fuel injection components such as TPS, testing injectors, you know, using an oscilloscope. There's a few already out there on the channel, but over the next few weeks I really plan to explore and expand much more on that side of vehicle control and modern day ECUs and why we have them, and R2 sensors and all that kind of stuff. So that should be pretty cool. In addition to that, well, oh man, you know, what else is there? What else have we got to do? What else have I got to fix? Well, there's still the old RAV4 that's in bits, and it's going to stay in bits until I finish teaching this semester. So that's not going to get any work done on it until probably around mid-December, and I'll probably do a stack of videos covering the reassembly of that engine, or installation of new parts, and you know, reinstallation of the engine back into the vehicle, which is pretty cool. But there's still a lot of work to do on that vehicle, and I'm still a little bit undecided as to whether it's really worth doing. It's not an expensive car, and it's going to cost, you know, a reasonable chunk of money to put it all back together again. So just holding my breath on that one. What else have we got to do? Well, there's Ben's TDR 250. We're a gnat's hair away from getting that bike back on the road. He did do a test ride on it after we'd rebuilt the engine, and the engine itself going absolutely mint. I was really impressed with just how well that bike pulled. However, when he tried to slow down, he found he had very little brakes. So I'm going to have the front caliper, rear calipers to strip rebuild, maybe new seal kits to go in those, and of course we'll also do the master cylinders for both systems as well. So we'll do a full brake system overhaul on that TDR 250. What else was there? Oh, his steering was a little bit out, so we've got some realignment of the front forks to do. I think when he fell off, the yoke's got a little bit out of line, and of course his handlebars are not dead straight when he's going dead straight, so that's pretty annoying when you're riding a bike, so I'll get that sorted out. And what else was there? Well, that's about it really. I think that will cover it on that bike. And then, oh, I know, there's one more thing. We've got the 2-stroke injection oil pump to strip down, basically overhaul and recalibrate and refit back onto the bike. So again, there'll be a video covering that. As regards more adventure trail rides, those 7 videos covering Desert Storm did turn out to be pretty popular. I'm very impressed with the responses that I'm getting, and it is something that I would like to do, to explore more of that kind of stuff with the channel. It's not just about fixing the vehicles. I think it's also about using the vehicles for what they were really built for, and you know, for you guys to get to know me a little bit more than just a mechanic that helps to, you know, fixes things. It's a lot more fun using the vehicles for what they're intended for, and then covering some repairs that really are as a result of that use. Real world kind of stuff, and a bit more exciting as well. And plus it should help to expand the viewer segment, you know, the number of people that are keen on watching the channel and going to subscribe. Although, talking about subscribers, we hit 540 I think yesterday, so things are looking really, really good. Very pleased with all those people that are giving the channel some support. And in addition to that, sorry, the boat keeps moving around. In addition to that, then I actually got my first payment from AdSense, Google AdSense. I got a payment notification came through this morning via email. So we're 10 months into having the channel online, and there's now about 214 videos, about 55,000 views, and about 400,000 minutes watched. And that's triggered the first payment. And as any of you know that have YouTube channels, there's currently a payment threshold that you've got to hit to trigger your first payment of $130 US. So that's obviously been exceeded at the end of September, and it triggered the first payment, which should be on its way soon. No, it's not millions, it really is just only over $130 US, but hey, I'm not doing this for the money, but the money does help. So cheers, thanks guys, really appreciate it. Now you might ask yourselves why I'm on a ferry. Why am I not doing this in my studio garage, the one by the house that's got the 10 Tools banner on the back? Well, I'll tell you why. It's a Saturday, and normally, as you well know, I work for Yamaha in Auckland on a Saturday, and I do the warrant of fitness checks on all the motorcycles and the new bikes that go out, and all the PDIs and the warrants for them, and put them in place on them, kind of thing, and make sure that they're all safe and sound and in a fit condition to be handed over to their brand new owner, who is expecting a premium bike in excellent condition that's been set up properly. Well, today's a little bit different. This afternoon, I was asked to deliver a brand new Yamaha Viking to Waiheke Island for a chap called Oliver. And the truck and trailer and the Viking are just underneath in the car deck of the ferry, and we're currently heading over to Waiheke to personally deliver this vehicle to Oliver, who lives on Waiheke. So that's why I'm here. So I thought, why not, while I'm sat on the ferry and the sun's out, and you get some fantastic views of behind me, which is sort of looking back towards, I don't know, Auckland. Yeah, you can just see over on my left, I think, probably you can see right in the distance some cranes. Well, that's the cranes that are there for the port of Auckland, and that's where all the big ships come in and unload the containers and stuff. So yeah, just thought I'd be a bit different, really. So what else have I got? That's about it, really. I don't think there's very much more planned for November at the moment, but things change. There's all sorts of stuff coming up. There is a bike that's currently being worked on by one of my customers, which he wants to completely change the rear end of the bike. I haven't done any videos on that because up until now I've not really been that involved, other than just giving you a bit of advice here and there. But when it comes to actually welding up the frame, maybe bending the pipe work prior to welding, maybe I'll get involved with that, but certainly the welding side of it I'll be involved with. So there's probably going to be maybe 1 or 2 videos covering the rear end of the frame, the rear subframe modifications on that particular bike. I forget what model it is. It's a Yamaha inline 4 wheel bike kind of thing, but that's pretty much incidental. It's more about the actual the welding and the bending of the pipes and stuff, to try and achieve what he wants. Although those kind of jobs are never that easy, to be honest, and it's not really something that I try to get too involved with. It's not my cup of tea, in all honesty. Okay, well, what else? I think that's about it. I really think that's about it. There's, once I finish teaching in about 5 weeks' time, I'll have about a week's worth of marking to do, and then you'll start to see a huge number of videos start to hit the channel again. I'll be doing a lot more workshop repair jobs from home. I won't be having to spend quite so much time at Unitech. I'll be taking lots of holidays, I'm sure, and there'll be many more repair videos going up onto the channel, and I'll be trying to fill in the gaps for the stuff the videos that still haven't been done that will be needed for next year's teachings. So there's still quite a lot to go there, and I'm sure there'll be lots of videos that you'll find interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to finish my Somersby cider, enjoy the sunshine, and in about 15-20 minutes, hopefully, maybe half an hour, see how fast the ferry driving goes today, we should be landing in Waiheke, and maybe I'll do you a little bit on the island as well. Alright, until then, see you later. Oh, charge. To get out of the way. I don't have a front upstairs. Charge! Don't fall us. We won't drug it. I like this. Can we have a driveway like this? We've lost our escort. You know what I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for Laz. Laz, who cleaned this Viking before I left. Because there really was no point. This is pretty much the colour of the driveway now. It's quite a long driveway. I'm not sure if we've still got a jet ski behind us now. Say, longer the driveway, bigger the house. This has got to be one big house. And now we've got a jet ski going. Still with us. got to wait here now for the jet ski guy to get up the hill. If he gets up the hill. I think he's only driving a tow to surf. Man, look at that for a view. That is just bloody awesome. We've got the jet ski guy. You see him in the mirror? Oh, there he is, look. There he is. He's made it up the hill. Right. Okay, far off now. That was fun. Wow. Wow, that's brilliant. Should probably drive a bit more sedately now. Oh, rabbit. It's like an off-road course. Time to deliver a new ATV! Okay, Yamaha Viking, it's time to go and find your new home. Jeez, got to drive one-handed. Off we go. Oh, now we get concrete. Pretty cool drive. Oh, they've got their own jetty and everything, look. It's pretty cool. He was right though, there's no way I'd turn around it. Well, actually, no. Yeah, I could turn around down there. There we go. Wow, it seems like ages since I've been in the workshop. And I did try to film the closing piece to camera on the ferry yesterday after delivering that Yamaha Viking, but the wind was horrific. And when I played it back, I couldn't even hear or understand what the hell I was trying to say. Although it was a good piece to camera, you know. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier on is my injury to my right arm that happened when I was pulling that quad bike out on day 2, must have been day 2, I think, of Desert Storm. I can't remember now. So much happened. It was like one big long blur. Well, when I was pulling the quad bike out, I remember something inside my arm sort of felt like it popped, and there was a pain that shot, you know, right up from about here on my arm, and it shot to just above my elbow, and it was really, really bad. And I haven't actually experienced a pain like that, really as bad as that before. Even when I broke the bone in my hand earlier in the year, it really didn't hurt like that. This was a distinctive pop. And well, if any of you got any medical help out there, then please, you know, give me some ideas what it could be, because it still hurts. It hurts just at the base of the bicep, and there was a shooting pain shot up my arm, and I, basically, you know, I was in agony. Couldn't use my arm for a while. Couldn't lift anything, that's for sure. It is getting better. There was a stack of bruising came out around this area here, and the bruising was from the inside out. I didn't bang the arm or anything, but the pain is on the opposite side here, which is really weird. I can now lift stuff, it's about 20 kgs, which is, you know, nowhere near the normal maximum weight that I'm used to being able to lift, but the strength is coming back, but the pain is still there a little bit. So any ideas, let me know. I did go to hospital. Well, when we got back to the campsite on the Sunday about 5 o'clock, we were one of the last out of the forest. The medical tent had gone. They'd all gone to the pub, I reckon, and abandoned ship, so I couldn't go and see them. So then I drove back to the Taupo house, the little Bickley cottage. We stayed there that night. It felt a little bit better in the morning, and then drove the other 260 odd k's back to Auckland. And then later on that day, I think it was that day, we went then to A&E in Auckland. Turns out there was a 5-hour wait. Well, being a traditional Yorkshireman, 5 hours waiting in a hospital is no good to me. So I went home, gave up. I should be right, you know, it'll be okay. Got home next day, or that evening in fact, we heard that there was a doctor's strike about to happen for the next 48 hours, so of course the waiting times were only going to be even higher. So I gave up with that idea altogether, got towards the end of the week, and well, it's slowly starting to feel better. The bruising, like I say, is starting to go down. It was all red around here, all blotchy and horrible, as if there was blood, you know, some kind of internal bleeding, and the blood was coming to the outside of the skin. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, I just fix cars, not people. So I really don't know. All I do know is it is starting to get better again. But something snapped, and I don't know whether it was a torn muscle or whether it was a tendon. But if it was a tendon, surely, you know, something wouldn't work. One of the directions that you move your arm, one of your, you know, I don't know, it wouldn't work anymore. Everything seems to, you know, I've got full motive action, they call it, movement. So Andy Mechanic is getting back in action again, and I'm going to be fixed. So I'm not going to panic too much. But if you've got any ideas, let me know. It would be most useful. I did actually Google it. I did a personal Google diagnostics whilst driving back from the mountain, but everything sort of pointed towards either a tendon or a muscle, but I really don't know. Okay, you also noticed, those of you that have watched the Desert Storm series that I put up earlier in the week, I spent 14 hours editing those 7 videos to get them up as quickly as possible. So it's a current kind of series, you know. You will have noticed that I didn't have much traction from the WR450 that I was riding. My rear tyre was pretty damn worn, but I had bought a new one. And the new one is just here. It's still in the garage, and it's still not on the bike. And it's, what do they got? So Michelin, I don't know, Competition S12XC. And that's all the spec there. And I'm told this would have been a fantastic tyre for me to have had on the back of my bike. However, the front tyre was also pretty shot too, so I really need to get the front to match this, and then I'll put a pair of tyres on it, ready for the next adventure. Now, I wanted to broaden the channel a little bit and include, not just fixing motorcycles and fixing cars. You know, I'm into off-roading. I love four-wheel driving. I used to run an off-road. In fact, I used to own the largest off-road driving centre in the UK called Langdale Quest Moorland Adventure Sport. And, it's always been my hobby to go off and do 4x4 driving, riding quad bikes, do some winch work, lots of recoveries driving my Mercedes Unimog. I had so much fun doing that kind of stuff, and I really do miss it. So it's really time, for me to include some of that kind of stuff on the channel, because at the end of the day, that channel is about, it's not just about fixing things, it's about me, I think, and what I do and the stuff I get up to. As long as it's exciting, I'm not going to start putting stuff on there that's boring. If you find anything boring that I've posted, tell me, I'll take it down. You don't have to watch it, it doesn't need to be on there. But things like dirt bike, trail rides, maybe even some four-wheeling one day in the old Safari, a bit of winch work, who knows, anything like that. We'll go on the channel, and then it's going to spur some maintenance. There's going to be some maintenance as a result of that kind of use. A bit of adventure thrown in there for good spirit. And obviously after the Desert Storm, I've got a stack of work to do on those WRs, on Emma's Raptor 350, Yamaha Raptor 350 quad bike, rear wheel drive only, rear brake non-existent now. Don't know why. Maybe it's got air in the system. I don't really remember the bike going upside down anywhere, but who knows? Maybe it's just run out of fluid. Maybe it's just got low in the reservoir, golloped a load of air because of that. And of course, there's Danny's just behind me. Danny's Honda CRM 250 again needs some work doing. He wants a new set of tyres putting on ready for the next trail. There is another trail, I think around about December time, called Boundary Busters. Maybe, just maybe, if I can spare the time, I would love to go on that. We can do, it's a one-day ride, I think, that one. Then maybe we'll go and do that as well, but there's no promises. Okay, well, that sort of brings us to the end of this update. Lots of stuff in there. I've thrown in there the delivery of the Yamaha Viking as well, just for good measure. Give you a view of what Waiheke Island's all about here in New Zealand. It's a really beautiful place, as you can see by that guy's driveway. I just wish I'd thrown a GoPro on the back of the Safari to show you how close we were to not getting up those gravel climbs with that trailer on the back. The vehicle was only in two-wheel drive, and I couldn't be bothered to get out and lock the front hubs. I know what I'm doing. I'm actually a really good driver off-road, and you know, it's more fun with a bit of wheel spin, and it's that living on the edge kind of thing that I enjoy. Okay, well, that's about it for this one, and there's going to be stacks of videos hitting the channel over the next few weeks, I'm sure. And come December, lots and lots of videos. So I'm going to be working extremely hard to bring you guys just some more, more material, more about what's going on at this end. Okay, well, thank you all for your support. I'm really, really grateful. The channel is progressing tremendously. We're about 10 months in now, a couple more months, then we've got the 1 year celebrations, and I'm pleased with every single aspect of how the channel is going. If you've got any questions or comments, then please do add them below, and I'll do my very best to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. You'll find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Google+. You can message me through any of those portals, although I would say please use YouTube as your first port of call. You may be asking a question that's going to help other people, and it's going to be more obvious to them from the YouTube side of things. They're going to read through the comments and maybe pick up the same question, and they'll already see an answer, hopefully, that will help them. Okay, subscribe. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, then click on the subscribe button, wherever it is. I never remember. I think it's this side. I don't know. And click on there. You'll see a little gear icon. Click on the gear icon and turn on notifications if you'd like to receive an email as and when I upload any new videos. And there's usually 3 or 4 videos on average every single week, but it does fluctuate a lot depending on how busy I am with the teaching side of things. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Cheers, guys. Over and out.